I'm Sean, aka nwodtleM, aka Meltdown Backwards.
nwodtleM. Meltdown Backwards. And I just stuck with that.
I'm the first seat, also known as Adam Gavin.
Rob Gogolin. Make music under the name Rubber Muffin. Rubber Muffin with Rubber Muffin. Rubber.
Nice.
It's fun.
Rubber Muffin and Sean Marven, we connected on a musical level and on a personal level, and we decided after many years that we should bring our sound across the country and see what other people think of it. And that's what we did. The MEGACORE
Tour ended up happening mostly because of Sean. Like, he held it down.
You know, other people helped out and stuff, but it was like myself and some help with a few other people got the rest of the tour planned. And when we talked about doing this tour, the three people that we went with, Rubber Muffin, and then First Seed, and then
nwodtleM. What the fuck's that guy's name?
Three of us had like brought a different energy, and we're all like, I guess we're all kind of breakcore, but not in a way. Like, I don't even know what breakcore is now in 2017, 2018, but like we all came out of the breakcore scene and kind of like done stuff, weird stuff, and kind of like went off in our own idiosyncratic ways. Toronto's a weird place, you know, it's like it's far away from all these other cities. The scene itself develops a bit differently. It's all just based on like probably 20 people. We're supposed to have Rob's minivan, but some complicated stuff happened. It was gonna cost way too much money to fix it, and only reason we were able to do this tour in the end was that my dad had a bunch of air miles. Thanks, Dad. It was supposed to be called the minivan MEGACORE.
There it was. Originally, it was minivan MEGACORE.
We were supposed to be driving in a minivan. We thought that name was funny. The tour kind of ended up getting called MEGACORE. I think I'm calling this video MEGACORE.
Still okay. Still okay. We're still on MEGACORE.
Switching it to MEGACORE from minivan MEGACORE because we didn't have a minivan.
Driving to Montreal with Henry was pretty silly. Road trip was great. Sean and Henry were like giggling in the back non-stop, like spilling chips all over each other, taking pictures, just having a blast. Montreal show was amazing. Excellent turnout. Like, that would have been one of the ones where there's like 70, 80 people there at least, you know. It was packed.
It was great. Like, I played at the beginning, did like the early set in the night.
And Nimrod
played like a wicked DJ set.
Lombo Mama,
Raxier and laf-o. Just like killing it.
Suavik was there, and he ended up having Raxior playing alongside of him. He just happened to be in town. And then Shitmat. And then I. Great night. This was so much fun. Henry left the stage during Slayer Babylon.
Angel of Babylon mashup.
I went and moshed out and did a few laps in the half pipe.
Running up and down the half pipe, it was hilarious.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
Driving home from Montreal was a real blast. We had our friend Nisha in the car. So it was Nisha, Sean, Henry, and I in the car.
We had such a blast, and our host Jeff was a lovely guy, and we got to hang out with all the Montreal crew there.
Oh, okay.
Like,
and again, this was that was like technically the beginning of the tour.
And you got to hang out with like awesome people like, you know, Colin Fishhead, who's now moved back to Winnipeg, but he lived in Montreal for about 15 years, I think. I actually, like, when he moved to Montreal, he came and stayed in my like shitty apartment at Sherbourne in Dundas.
Oh wow.
I guess like 2002.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's when I first actually met the guy, and he's great. He has like the best record collection, probably the craziest DJ I've ever seen in my entire life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sudan and the gardens of Japan. From the land to every time, every woman, every man. Hit me with your gabby kick. Hit me faster, hit me quick. Hit me with your gabby kick.
Show was neat. It was my first time doing a full performance with just my little pocket operators. So just like I brought some recordings I did with them, and then I did a lot of like jamming on top, and then making stuff up on the fly. It went over really well.
I think that show started off with Rubber Muffin doing a little less of his breakcore stuff, and more of his like pocket operator, drum machiney, blippy bloopy.
First he played, next he was great, you know, that guy shreds every time. It was really nice playing on tour with him, like getting a real solid dose of his content and his variation in his performance. And Mamble held it down next. I love those guys, man. Their music is fantastic, and their live performances are really something. Jackson is a great way of like reading the crowd and like, you know, without being too aggressive, like getting in everybody's face. You know, he prefers to play on the floor or like on the same level of his audience. And then Sean, fuck, I love that guy's art, that guy's music, that guy's videos. I can never sit still when Sean gets on. Like, start popping my shit.
It was actually great playing to like a hometown Toronto crowd. I got like a really good reaction that night. I played one of my best shows on the tour, I would think. And then followed by this crazy shit in that show. He was like trolling the audience hard by playing like jump style remixes of things and like trance remixes and just taking all this crazy pop music, mashing it all together, all types of electronic music. And that was great.
Shit, Matt. Oh, Jesus, what a bastard. He just trolled the audience like 90% of the time. It was so funny, so entertaining. What a guy. I wish I could get to see him perform more often because it was great. His music's been thoroughly inspiring to me. I don't know how that man is so fucking productive, and everything it seems to put out is just fucking beyond cool. So.
Oh my goodness. When Henry played in Toronto, that was too much fun. Like, losing his pants like right off the bat, you know. Dropped some like R. Kelly song and everybody knew all the lyrics. Everybody was singing along. It was hilarious. And then put on Bohemian Rhapsody and like played along with an air horn sample poorly, and it was just fantastic. I couldn't stop laughing.
Great, isn't it? Back in the night, big up to the other DJs. DJ Sean, DJ Rob.
After the show is the after party. After the party is the hotel lobby. Yeah, round about before you gotta feel the lobby. Take it to your room and meet somebody. Can I get up? Can I get up? Go on and run. Easy come, easy go. When you let me go. Bismillah. Let you go. Let it go. Bismillah. Let you go. Let it go. Bismillah. Let you go. Let me go. Let you go. Let me go. Let you go. Let me go. Mamma mia, mamma mia. Let me go. There's a devil going inside of me. Oh me. Oh me.
was intense. It was intense and great. The first leg of the journey, when we left Toronto in the morning after partying all night, basically on no hours sleep, traveled for 30 hours straight through the dark, through the night, and neither Rob nor I drive very often, so we were full focus, white knuckled on the wheel.
Some friends made us like some buttons and like packed us some like survival snacks, which was really sweet. You know, definitely kept us alive. So the next day, our plan was to go pick up our vehicle for like 2 o'clock. We get there and there's a problem with our reservation. I don't have a credit card, so they weren't allowed to let me drive the vehicle. We had to get Adam to transfer his name onto the vehicle, but we couldn't get insurance on his name because we did it through a third-party system. And we were on the phone forever. Poor Sean, he was on the phone, like struggling with this guy who just like kept repeating himself, and which translated to Sean repeating himself. Look, man, you got the money, or look, man, you got the money, or look, man, you got the money, or like just take my money and give me the insurance. And what they ended up doing was canceling our insurance plan. We decided to just do it. Like, we'll figure it out tomorrow on the phone, on the road, whatever. You can fix that with editing.
Oh yeah, fix everything with editing.
Supposed to get a Volkswagen Jetta, and the vehicle wasn't there. So they're like, okay, well here's your keys, and they take Adam out and they walk him up to 2017 fluorescent yellow Dodge Charger. So here we are driving a fucking transformer across the country. I could go into a long description as to how we ended up with this monster car. I'm just gonna say
The most conspicuous car on the road. And we couldn't say no to that. So yeah, we got to drive in this flashy vehicle all the way across Canada. No speeding tickets. We were very responsible. We didn't actually have insurance on the car, even though we thought we did. It didn't get really nervous until the windshield cracked. But we worked it out and everything turned out okay and nobody died. It was absolutely beautiful when we got out to the prairies. It's a truly, truly gorgeous country, like my goodness.
the way the tour was lined up is that we were going to drive all the way out to Vancouver and then play shows all the way back. So the ride all the way out there was really nice. You know, we took some time to like stop along the way, stretch our legs, and you know, pull out our cameras and grab something worth grabbing. Yeah, driving through the prairies was pretty boring. But good times. So we made it to Winnipeg. Should I mention hanging out with them or not?
Sure.
So we get to Winnipeg, we end up checking into a hotel, and then we end up meeting up with Aaron. Should I just say that, or I don't know, I feel funny about it.
We hung out with a friend, had a couple beers. That was great in Winnipeg. And then we hit the road the next morning.
Can you mention who you hung out with?
Yeah, we could. The idea was we're bombing out there as fast as we can and doing gigs on the way back. We hit the road the next day. We didn't do another 30 hours. We just went to Regina. We'd go to the movies that night, kind of relax, catch up on just some chill time. Our hotel that we stayed at that night was like right on the Trans-Canada Highway, which is like, you just basically take that the entire way from Ontario right to Vancouver.
We got to listen to a lot of music when we were driving, you know, 8 to 10 hours on the road all day. Right now standing in fucking Alberta, I guess. I'm tired, I'm on the road with the boys.
like try to cater it to the audience, I guess, and make sure they bust some moves and get their minds and eardrums blown.
Ed, who would you rather have sex with, your mom or your dad?
Oh, jeez. Fucking hell, I already pressed record, you piece of shit. What does your family think of your music?
Why do you make music?
It's how I've made all my friends. It's what I've been doing for fun for the last bunch of years. Probably like 15 years or so. It's what I'm doing out here right now since I've spent all these years making music. Hit the road, play to some people I don't know. I think my inspiration comes like a lot from Plunderphonics music, like listening to Cassette Boy, Negative Land, the sampling inside bands like Skinny Puppy, a bunch of breakcore stuff, and then all my friends' bands, seeing friends like produce music and evolve and change and get better. I'm good at that.
It's nice to put a bunch of work into something that you kind of built from the ground up and then like reap 100% of the rewards of it. That's pretty awesome. You know, it's only a beer here and there, but that's my fucking beer.
Calgary. It was just spectacular. It's a really nice experience to be able to take that all in firsthand.
We make it to Vancouver finally, and our boy Dylan meets us, greets us, lets us settle in. Great guy. Had excellent time hanging out with that guy. So when we arrived in Vancouver, we got there just in time to go see our buddy Cedric, who had a film he made. It's just about like different people's perspective on like the so-called traveling bug. It was really neat to get to watch that right after driving across the country.
It was about the process of traveling and what traveling does to you and how it affects you from a bunch of different people's perspective. Not about where you're going, where you're coming from, the reason for traveling, just the motion, whether it's taking a train or a plane or a car, or even just walking. And he had this incredible film. We were stupidly tired, so it was kind of like fighting to stay awake through half of it, but it was amazing, and it felt really like oddly magical that right after we had this crazy trip and we did all this motion, thousands of kilometers from Toronto all the way to Vancouver, and we watched this.
Faire de toi un étranger, se désolidariser pour un temps de son groupe d'appartenance, se mettre au monde.
So yeah, I kind of searched for a lot of different backgrounds, and at one point I wanted to question the more scientific side too, like the medical aspect of what it can do on our brain and what it can do on our body to be moving. When I asked them to talk about that, it was like, oh, okay, it's the first time I'm thinking about it. And for the physiotherapist too, he never thought that creativity and moving could be linked. But when we start chatting about it, he told me, okay, yeah, there is more oxygen in the brain, and the movement is related to our memory too, and finally he starts to see that perhaps there is a link. Is it a good answer?
Yeah, I love it. There's going to be a lot of editing, so we're going to make it nice.
Hey, I'm real. When I'm not working at the Bean Fiend, I'm rocking out to nwodtleM. nwodtleM.
It's a sativa. Well, Alaskan ice. Say who you are, what you do.
I am Mike. I am NWodtleM, and mostly kind of plug things in and make things go.
We'll edit the fuck out of this, make it look great. You and I have known each other for quite a while, so you can tell me about like the early TTTTTT trash days, all that.
About 2000 roughly?
Yeah, around 2000.
Then I was in Stratford, so doing the odd show there. Jay and I would pretty much cram rehearse for gigs and then go out to Toronto and do gigs. Play guitar till I was bloody in the fingers. The Toronto digital hardcore scene was what was going on back then. I don't know where to begin. You, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Skeeter. Remember Skeeter?
We tried to get laf-o to come out with us.
Oh, I was wondering.
We couldn't, yeah, it was bad timing or something.
That's cool. The Anarchist Free Space.
Fast forward. And tell us what you're doing now.
Now, I am pretty much situated in Vancouver. When I'm not working, I'm trying to piece all this stuff together. This was kind of the latest setup. This is where I'm going after I get all this stuff plugged back in. It's all kind of unplugged at the moment because we had this gig this weekend. And having a gig lined up is always good, kick in the pants to like get organized.
Yeah.
The timing was right. He was like, you know, this band's touring through, Dance with the Dead, and would I be interested in opening? It was supposed to be at Fortune at the time, so it sounded like a good plan. And it got moved to venue last minute, and then coincidentally you were here on tour. And also coincidentally he was looking to like fill up the opening. Meltdown, NWodtleM, and Dance with the Dead. And at venue on Granville Street in Vancouver.
Yeah, we'll cut this. We're gonna cut this next part as well. I'm gonna make it look probably stupid. Never trust an editor.
I gotta cut this long pause.
Ritalin 604. I make different styles of electronic music, including breakcore, IDM, techno, acid. I was listening to some really hard music when I was like in my pre-teens, and then I heard Come to Daddy on CKY, and it was like the hardest shit I'd ever heard. So I just kind of went down that path.
Tell us who played and how it went down.
Well, yeah, I got contacted by some guys on a tour, the minivan MEGACORE tour, and they wanted to do a show here, so I put it together pretty last minute for them, which was pretty sweet. We played in like the Revue stage on Granville Island, which was like normally just like an arts theater kind of venue, so it was pretty sweet that we stretched those guys out real hard. Fucking on the west side. Yeah. nwodtleM, Rubber Muffin, and the last seed. For the first seed. The first seed in my ain. Just stretch all your ains out. Ain. Oh, get. Yeah, where's your mom? I just touched a fish.
Are you filming me right now?
And been for like so long.
Fucking cover up so video.
Nah, man.
Alright, Vancouver has so much shit going on in it, but I'm not going to go into all of that stuff because, well, I'm just kind of a hater as well. Yeah, that's right. No core, just killing some gangster beats, throwing some good parties, got a crazy studio. I hope you guys get a chance to interview him.
Already did. Nice.
And yeah, that's right.
Fucking right.
Shouts out Long Walk Short Dog.
It was a really unique experience. Never played in that sort of environment before. Seats going up. We had half the audience sitting down, half the audience dancing in the front. Holtzkopf came and killed it with a live improvised set, utilizing a Britney Spears sample that he reprocessed on the spot. Hattori Tori shredded. Our host Dylan played a killer set. Nice, varied set. It was a really great first experience, first show of the tour for all of us, actually.
stay. I actually wrote that about my coworkers' really fucked up love life. I'm like hearing a dude you spend 8 hours a day, spend 6 of those hours complaining about the same woman for 3 months straight.
MEGACORE ended up hooking Sean up with a gig when we were down there, and Sean got to open for Dance with the Dead. That was quite the experience. Sean played on a huge sound system on a big stage.
room was for anyone who's playing, but I guess it was only for the headline. So I got kicked out of there, but I managed to get like I think it was bourbon or something. I had like a double shot of bourbon, took a selfie with the Cool Keith poster. Yeah, got kicked out of there.
Getting to hang out with Hattori Tori and his wife Lou Canal, like that was, what a treat. Such enthusiasm, such positive, great people.
Then we like, boom, 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 boom. Gotta hit the road again.
What?
It's dead.
Oh, that's rank.
That's rank, motherfuckers.
Is that a farm or do they come from in here?
Crazy. So weird to see snow right now.
So we go from Vancouver back to Calgary. So we're doing gigs on the way back. And this one was like our only one that was on a weekday. It wasn't the busiest show.
Not the biggest turnout.
There was only a handful of people there, but we had a blast. Went in there, thrashed out.
Slayed it.
The people who did show up were very enthusiastic. That made the party. We got a little bit trashed.
We all got a little fucked up that night, and
I was pretty sloppy.
Even the bartender was like super impressed.
We had a crazy after party. I mean, we ended up staying up to like 5 or 6 in the morning.
Large clap.
yeah! We're gonna hold hands and cry together. 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 Hold hands and cry
you go dying on me!
I know what breakcore is because I was introduced by someone that I frequent with often. The reason I frequent with this motherfucker often is none of your fucking concern. Mic Control Ultra. Mic Control Ultra.
Fucking Mic Control Ultra. Alright, so, Graham, fucking Mic Control Ultra, what got you into breakcore, my man?
It was, well, it's a fucking Fantasy and Christoph the Babylon, and then I was like, we were like, doll.
Fuck
and
yeah.
back, and it was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, so I got it, but like, you know, and I probably saw a fish head in 95 because I just wandered into
Holy
a
shit.
rave.
That's
You know,
old
so
school.
it's like, you know, 95,
Fucking
96
22 years
or
ago
whatever.
in this bitch.
They had
Yeah.
these warehouse parties in it. I was like a vegan and a straight edge, like, you know, like, yeah. Fish head. Not half, Fanny. James, Nar is schizoid. Fish head and snares. They were like every, you know, whatever, what else is, you know.
I'm Ben Wall, I'm algorithmic. I'm from Ireland originally, but I grew up in the US, and I've been in the UK for 8 years before I came out here, which is where I've like cut my jungle and breakcore and hardcore teeth. We had a great time, and it's not people doing Jesus hands to fucking a bunch of nobodies. It's people partying who actually fucking mean something.
That's it.
They're there to have a fucking good time, and that's what's up. Word up.
We love you.
So where's the after party?
It's hotel time for that bitch. Open that pool, motherfucking bitch. There's no motherfucking hot tub and shit. The light says green, but the fuck off says fuck. With my motherfucking bitch. Killed it. I hope I recorded this shit. Yeah, I did.
The next gig we were in Saskatoon.
Anyway, so yeah, back that up just slightly. So yeah, we were just hanging out for a day. We had like a day off, and it was really nice. We got to like just hang out with our Saskatoon friends. A couple of them are like D-Trash buddies of ours. Like big up Jay Skiz for putting all that stuff out.
Hung out with Brennan Nar, his wife Sarah, our old friend Marty Famine.
Bowser. Marty, oh yeah, that Family Guy. He's great shit. And once upon a time, I played Saskatoon.
The show is called, I should mention, Voyage to Gaverdad Island. Definitely one of the favorite flyers and promotions of the whole tour.
What a fucking hoot and a holler that was. And it was like a communal house.
It's actually in a mansion.
Party mansion.
I'm ready for my close-up.
Mr. DeVille. I was recording. What the fuck? Oh no. How do I stop it?
Open Window, a really cool performer from the area, from Saskatoon. Played a great set, but he started about 2 hours late.
Nar played after that, and he was playing all his hardware. He had pieces of paper with his notes of what buttons he has to press on his hardware. And then Robert Muffin played, and his computer crashed like 5 times during that set. He somehow still killed it. I played after that, and like this girl kept going up on stage during Rob's set, and then she kept going up on stage during my set and like blocking the projector.
I went on at 4:30 or so in the morning, and the room was like 10,000 degrees. I couldn't believe how hot it was when I started our set. At the end of it, we realized that the fireplace was on in the living room at full blast the entire evening, and it wasn't just that our music was so incredible, everybody was overheating the room. It was in fact the fireplace. But what are you gonna do? We still had a blast.
Cheers.
You're pretentious here. You're pretentious here.
Fireplace is on. It's just me, guys.
Fire?
I hope it's not on. It's totally on.
Can you turn it off? Fireplace.
And Famine was supposed to play, but like got a little whack, and it didn't end up happening. It got really hot. Yeah, we all got fucking cooked.
Sleep probably from like 6:30 in the morning till maybe 10 in the morning, and we have to hit the road because it's like an 11-hour drive to Winnipeg. Plus we're losing an hour with the time zone change, and we got a gig that next day.
It was by far the most exhausted show we all played, I believe. I went and tried to take a nap a few minutes before this set, which didn't quite work, but great crowd, good audience response. People were dancing to all of our sets. Sean Meltdown got a really good crowd response. Everybody was cracking up and dancing to pretty much this whole set.
Maybe my best crowd reaction of the tour. It was just like there were people dancing around with a snow shovel because they at Snow Fort Reggae there's this snow shovel.
Explain the snow shovel bit. That's kind of
interesting. So at each one of these Snow Fort Reggae shows, they would have this snow shovel that's got like pentagrams and shit on it. It says Snow Fort Reggae. And it's signed by all the artists who had played it, all the previous ones, and whoever the highest bidder was, got to keep this shovel, but only until the next gig, and then so it was like, but that person got to keep it, it was in May, so they only got to keep it for the summer months. How useless is that? But they got this decorative snow shovel.
Buy a snow shovel raffle ticket! This is like the Stanley Cup of Winnipeg Freaks.
Yeah, but you have to return it.
Yeah, that's why it's like the Stanley fucking Cup.
$5.
Okay.
$1.
$1 for one ticket. 3 tickets for $2. Oh yeah. Does anyone actually want to? No, wait.
I fucking suck.
There's another funny name. It was called like Muffin Shellfish Massacre. The second to last Snoop Fort reggae that ever happened. I was really glad I got a chance to do that.
Rob killed it, thrashed out. A lot of great energy at that show. Extra special thanks to our host Al, who definitely kept the energy going throughout the night. He had way more energy than any of us did at the end of it.
Mad props, they're holding it down hard out there. Played the Windsor Hotel. People went ape shit, you know. That was pretty bomb.
People in Winnipeg are nuts. Really friendly, but like there's a certain style of Winnipeg people. Yeah. Big up Winnipeg crew.
I don't know where I am. We were in Thunder Bay a couple hours ago. Vancouver, Calgary, Saskatoon, Winnipeg. Now we're on our way to Sudbury.
It's been fucking awesome. It has been such a cool experience. I don't know even if I can properly put it into words on the spot, but it's just been really encouraging to play to appreciative audiences of people that are willing and eager to hear new music, probably stuff they haven't heard before, things that maybe are a little different. Really appreciative crowds, lots of other incredible producers we met along the way, incredible performers. It's been really inspiring hearing what gets those people interested and excited to keep producing and putting on shows across the country in a very kind of obscure genre. Hearing so much new music along the way, it's been really inspiring. Sleeping in all sorts of different environments, some great, some not so fantastic. It's kind of rough, but it makes you really appreciate those good nights of sleep and good food and real food. The road food's been a little bit rough on I think all of us, taking a bit of a toll. Hanging out with two of your best friends the whole time makes it a lot easier, for fucking sure. The mosquitoes out here are fucking huge. Yeah, I'm pretty allergic to mosquitoes. I want to have a nap, I want to have some hummus, I want to have some coffee, and I want to play a good gig tomorrow. Fucking A. 4-door MEGACORE.
Just more than a handful of the most enthusiastic people. They laughed and they danced like I've never seen them before. It was outrageous. It was making me bust a gut, just enjoying how much they were enjoying the night. It blew 3 people's minds at least.
Top notch. Seeing people work with, I guess, technology is probably the best word. Media.
We were just tired. I was tired. Yeah, so tired. I don't know if I can do this. I'm gonna try. Forgive me. I was all apologetic, and then I did the set, but I was just looking dead. even though the party set was relatively similar to what I normally do, I just didn't have the energy. I was like in a small, brightly lit cheese store, no longer around, and there's a trivia night happening until 10 p.m. That was packed, and we had like, you know, funny 20 people there. Good vibes.
We knew it was the last leg of the tour, so we were a little apprehensive about returning to reality. But at the same time, it was a really great way to end it. Our host, Paula, incredible lady, fantastic artist, great wordsmith. She was really inspiring just to spend time with. She taught me how to make buttons, which is really special. And we played at a fromagerie, which was a first experience for all of us there. With some great local performers. BB Brother killed it that night. We had a lot of fun. Afterwards, we went and hung out in a like a tunnel, like an underground train tunnel kind of thing, and just jammed with a bunch of locals for a while. Rob had his mandolin and or his ukulele guitar thing, and washboard, and a bunch of other random noise-making stuff. And yeah, we went off until Sean got too into it and broke the bottle of vodka. Whoops.
No, I thought we were gonna go walk in and say it. Yeah, look forward to getting
And then we kind of scored this gig. We scored this aptly named Summer Festival gig. It's in a part of the bush near where I'm from, in Ontario, south of Algonquin Park. Surprising, comfortable, and shit showy all at the same time. Yeah, I know, right? Like Mario Kart's right there. Sick. Yeah, we pitched shit Matt to this guy Nico out of Ottawa, and it just didn't work out. And then he offered Sean a gig and something, and Sean said like, only if my buddies can play too. And yada. We ended up playing. Me and like all our friends ended up playing back to back.
The aptly named Summer Festival was a great release for me. I was so grumpy before that gig due to lack of sleep and not enough good food, and I was really not feeling it, and so I just let all the frustration out during the set, and it went over pretty well, and I felt fantastic afterwards.
This is one gig we didn't film, but we did get maybe about 2 minutes of the first seed playing, so maybe we can put this in right now.
Here's a nice little uplifting ditty for you.
I'm gonna drop the shit if you guys can push it up.
Thespian, you think this is being?
Looks like it.
You know I care about you!
I don't know if I'm ever gonna go camping again.
But how was yours? How was the nwodtleM set for that one?
I played like 10 minutes and my software shut down. I played another 10 minutes and my software shut down. But I made the best of it. I was like all swollen from buzz. I was tired. I was groggy.
And then we hit up Hamilton. Did a show in Hamilton. It was my first time there ever. Played a place called Doors. It was like a metal taco bar.
Hamilton. Everyone was named Dan.
3 out of 5 people were named Dan. Lots of Dans.
It was great to hear from the people in the area, the local Toronto crowd, come back and be like, wow, your sets have gotten so much better for all 3 of us. So that was nice to hear.
My name is Jackson.
I am the singer of L'Omble Malma. My name is Jackson. I am the singer of L'Omble Malma.
I am Cedric and I am the music maker of L'Omble Malma. My name is Cedric. I am the music maker of L'Omble Malma. L'Omble Malma. L'Omble Malma.
Hamilton was a good show.
Hamilton was the best.
Yeah, best performance.
What was fun playing with those guys was that every show was so different, and we can see the energy really different each time we played and each time they played. So first seed was different every time.
It really was.
Yeah. And it was amazing.
Yeah.
And Rob too was a really different setup and different moves.
sounds.
Yeah. Sometimes really crazy, sometimes really boring.
Really boring?
Boring.
Really boring.
Seems boring.
Rob. Jesus.
Make an effort, Rob.
Good God. What the fuck?
We're here for you. We drove from far away to see you live.
That's right.
And I was amazed by nwodtleM setup each time we played. Like at the last minute, he was just coming with his gear and just putting him like in front of the stage.
I was always nervous for him.
And he was like, "Don't worry."
That's it.
Yeah. Played everything on that.
It was pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was always like, how the hell is he gonna do this? And then he always just did it. It was pretty amazing. Like, there's no screen. Oh, there's a screen. You know? Like Hamilton, what did you project on? Or just the wall and the kind of in the back.
researchers will get with hot bait. More and more guys will get erection. Researchers switch to porn. Super exciting internet porn. Oh, hot bait. Young guys are flaming out with Cali research. Scientists examine unconscious toys and animals. Their erections is super exciting. Unending fapping every day. The first college-age astronauts masturbate to that candle. It's mating season, and I captured this guy in his late 20s. Jackpot. I can't emphasize my incredible arousal of nuts. I have more awesome females than I know what to do with 2 words. Friendly intercourse. That's right, friendly intercourse with fish pleasure, willing females, but they quickly flew away due to my incredible weirdness, 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 inc
I'm really glad I got to go on tour with Sean and Adam.
Rob was like wearing his like blue coveralls all tour. He like didn't change out of them at all.
Because I didn't ask earlier. Can you just describe Rubber Muffin a little bit?
Like Rubber Muffin is like he's the guy who will yell woo. Like he's one of the loudest, shortest, most energetic, chaotic people I know. Such enthusiasm. He will throw a Celine Dion song on top of the Xanopticon track and be like, "No, check out this new thing I made." I'd say even the first seed, he has a couple different styles of tracks. Totally crazy, chaotic. You know, hit like more of a groove in the middle, and then some slow, heavy stuff barraging you in the face. Switch it up. Those two guys are legends. They did all the driving. I basically just stayed awake and did navigating. Canada's big. It's a stupid place to tour if you play fringe music, unless you're looking to go out and have fun with your friends. I can be lazy sometimes, but I've always been a person who does stuff. You know, the first track I did was called Smacked. It was like a guy getting hit over the back of his head with a brick. He doesn't see, someone opens up the window behind him and hits him over the head with a brick. So it's like, doom, 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 doom. And it's like, that's the kick drum. And
like, we were all attracted to the genre of breakcore because it brought sounds to our ears that were just unheard of in a fashion that was not popular at all. in contemporary commercial music. And breakcore music was a music that came out in the late 90s, I feel, largely through sharing culture, with it being not really commodified. And that the beauty of the art of it is it was people making this hard, real art without the intention of making money off of it, just solely for the purpose of expressing what was inside of them. And I think that's what brought us together.
The three separate approaches to the mess of music or art that we make are very, very unique, but yet still complement each other.
Distinctly different. There's a core element.
As a whole, it was just really an amazing experience. I'm really glad I got to spend some serious time with those boys. I'd love to do it again, you know, whether the numbers are the same or less. More for me. I think we easily could have kept going for another couple of weeks if we had to.
Robert, Sean, I fucking love you guys.
Any other closing final thoughts?
I think I'm done. I've been talking too much. I don't like talking this much, so let me just reach over. I can press the button.
Yeah.